Hi, darling, hi, babies. Please stay tuned to see how I accomplish this look. And oh yes, honey, I am in love. What you saying? Please, see anyone who's new, do not forget to like, comment, and even share with the relevant people. And guys, please comment, subscribe, like. I love you for that. Please, I love it very much. And let's make this work. So stay tuned. Hi, everybody. As you can see, I have already done my brows off camera, and please let me know should you like to know how I did them. One of the reasons why I'm doing that is to try and save time, even though this video it's pretty much long, but yeah, it's just about that. So you also realize that I also got to do some edges right there. Okay, so just to backtrack a bit, so before having to apply the primer there, you're going to realize that I use the products that I use for my face. It's Even and Lovely Even Tone Face Cream, and I am also using a toning lotion with green tea. So by far, I used to be a person who had like heavy conditions with my skin. It's either black spots, pimples, and things like that. Gentle Magic and Even and Lovely products really came through for me. So it's each to their own. What I personally get to use wouldn't necessarily work for you, but it's not you to discourage you not to give it a try. It's actually for you to give it a try. There's no advertising, but yeah, that's just about it. So you can see I went in with the setting spray. Guys, I used to make a heavy mistake where I would literally apply the setting spray everywhere, including on my eyeshadows, and then I would end up with my eyeshadows having to crack. Just a light disclaimer: when you spraying your setting spray, please make sure to cover your eyes, because we wouldn't like to have our eyeshadow or our cut crease having to crack, right? Okay, so yeah, the edges, the product that I use, I'm not sure if it's because it's old or what's the deal there, but yeah. So as you can see now, strongly I use, as for most people that know or have been supporting me on this channel, you know that I prefer sponges. But now I came across this babe, and isn't she lovely? Like this stick, it's a MAC stick, which I didn't obviously get from MAC, but I got it from town. It was pretty affordable. And the evening out of a foundation, listen, it's a gorge, it's beautiful. I would strongly recommend it. And yeah, so for my foundation, what I am using a Revlon Candid, which obviously you can get it from stores like Clicks and Discam, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's really pretty affordable. It's just a small stick though, and it's amazing. I love it for me. And they also are willing to get it with your shade of preference. So moving on, guys, I'm using that small brush to actually apply my foundation, because I feel like it actually, gives me the proper limit. Like I don't get to overlay or overuse it, so it's more of a restriction for me, if I may say that. I've been doing it like this, is each to other own again, but this way I feel it best works for me. Okay, so yeah, and then I am going to go in with that brush, the MAC brush. Yeah, and I am going to try and even everything out. Again, if you'd like for me to do a brow tutorial, please hit me up in the comment section and I'll do as per request. So what I mainly do is that I make sure that I get my under eyelid. I get my under eyelids, because I have been for the longest time realizing that because of my affected sleeping patterns, it has been pretty hard for me to actually, like try and get rid of those, eye bags or dark eyelids. So yeah, one of the reasons is basically me having to try and cover that up, because I feel it wouldn't really look cute, if I may say. So yeah, guys, now I am proceeding out with that. The trick here, you just need to make sure that you even it out properly. If it means that you have to take your time, guys, please do that. Do take your time. Make sure that you get your outer corners. Make sure that you get your inner parts of your face. You know, you just spread it evenly so that, you know, it is something that actually makes sense. I mean, sorry, excuse my English bundles are on, you know. But anyways, so yes guys, that's basically just about it. So now I'm still fighting, having to try and even it out for you, and yeah, stay tuned as we proceed. I do however have to give a disclaimer, guys. Please excuse my edges. It might be that they're just ghetto or something else. But yeah, please excuse my edges. It was a short notice kind of situation, and I also had a situation with, yeah, with my phone having to constantly go low. But yeah, let's proceed to the next step now. So our next step would be, as you can see there, okay, let me quickly get it for you. As you can see here, I have a Wet n Wild product in the shade Cocoa. Cocoa, I've been looking for Cocoa for the longest time, and guys, finally I got it. You can they have it available at Clicks, and also it's not only Cocoa that I'll be using. I am going to also be using the same brand, for which is Wet n Wild, but in the shade Caramel. Excuse the fact that I'm actually unprepared, but yeah, such is life, I guess. So yeah, I am going to take two of the foundations and I am going to quickly blend them on my hand. I prefer having to work on my hand, guys. It makes it easy. Yeah, and part of it would be the fact that we're actually restricted. As you know, here on this YouTube channel, we very much tend to compromise. So yeah, as long as we keep it neat and cute, right? So yeah, guys, I also have to ask for forgiveness in terms of me having to constantly obstruct the camera with the mirror that I'm holding. But yeah, I feel it that it's quite better on up close, but I'll try by all means, having to make sure that I don't leave anything out. Please, if you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to ask me. Private DM me if you're that close to me, or you can just leave a comment on the comment section and I'll try to give an advice in the best way I know how. So yes guys, here's a new trick that I feel I have invented. Because of I have unko, I am unkosinati, which is basically people with big nose or fairly big noses. Yeah, so with me, the way I am applying my okay, this is actually my second layer, right, of foundation, which is the lighter shade to the actual shade that I actually got to apply evenly on my face, right? So you'll realize that I'm getting the middle, not middle part, but the outer part of my nose, so that even when I am about to do that contouring, that English nose, that illusion nose, that Soske Mama Dota kind of nose, it would be easy for me. I tried it and I realized that it very much works for me. Already you have an idea of how the shaping with the nose goes. This is for now, as we cannot afford surgery. Not that we want to do anything drastic, but I'm just, you know, telling you guys. So yeah. And also I went in the middle with it. Guys, woo, sheesh. Guys, do you see that nose? Hey, 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 ma'am. And I also get my forehead a bit. Yeah. So basically, this I would regard as me having to couture. So I'm doing that. Then I am also going to proceed to the bottom of my face, which is my chin. So yes guys, I hope you're enjoying thus far. Please remember to share, like, comment, and even most importantly, which I very much like, please remember to subscribe. Okay, okay guys, so yeah, that's just about it. I hope you're still enjoying. So now, as you can see, I'm reaching out for this is basically like an eyeshadow palette which I purchased not so long ago. It's Obsessions by Miss Signature. It's a brand signature, and I am using the shade. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have like names to it, but then I'll try to be as descriptive. I'm using the dark shade to also help contour my nose. Remember, this channel is all about having to do what, guys? We compromise, right? I used to have like another eyeshadow, which not eyeshadow, sorry, excuse me for that. I used to have another foundation which I used to contour with. It was a darker shade, but yeah, as you can see there, I'm using that shade right there. But yeah, it was a bit of a hassle, unfortunately. Guys, please also excuse the fact that I tend to be very much distracted from the camera. Unfortunately, I'm not alone in the room. I'm with people. So yeah, you have to just try and bear with me. And also, guys, I also apply a bit of it on my cheeks. This is also to try and help make the whole contouring process slightly easy, if I make any sense, guys. Please excuse the whole terms and the fact that I'm not as practical, because yeah, as much as I can be failing you in this industry, but I feel like my techniques and how I choose to do my makeup could be something that's pretty helpful to anyone who's a beginner, always curious of learning something new. If you like my look, please ensure to try it out. You can even create a video and tag me. That I'd love very much. And yeah, that's just about it, my loves. So let's proceed. Now proceeding on one of my favorite steps. So now it's finally that time where I am going to try and blend everything. And guys, I have to admit, this is literally the favorite. And the sponge, as tight as it is, it's actually one of my favorite. I also make sure to get the eye, because it's not that much different shade. It's also going to help with the pigmentation of the eyeshadows, right? So I try to get the eye and I blend it in, as you can see. Then on the corners, I just spread it out. So on the eye, I dab it in, and then just there by my cheeks, I spread it out. Then I continue with the process. As you can see now, I'm getting the nose. On the nose, I make sure to just dab it in, dab, 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 dab. And yeah, guys, by far I am loving it. I know I most probably look like a ghost. Everything doesn't really make sense at this point on, but that's makeup for you. When you know your stuff, you know your stuff. So yeah, I just continue having to dab, dab, dab in with a very soft sponge, because we don't need something that's going to be very harsh when we're trying to even out the foundation. Yes. So yeah, for some people, they might be looking at this video and starting to make critic over the fact that it seems as if now the foundation is pretty lighter than my actual skin. Again, guys, I'm going to leave that disclaimer of the fact that I have pigment issues, but yeah, that's not really a train smash. But yeah, everything will make sense. Just bear with me, guys. So I also do the same thing on the other side. Remember, we first dab, and then just on the outer parts, that's where I then drag it out so that it also accommodates other part of my face. But yeah, mainly on the immediate parts, I try to dab it in instead of just having to drag it out. Okay. Now proceeding, I am going to then take a setting spray, which is a Black Opal setting spray, Insta Ready setting spray, Broom Fixiator. So yeah, I really love it. It smells good. It doesn't really make my skin uncomfortable. I do not get any itch or reaction. But yeah, it's actually setting my face good. Then I go back again with my signature palette. I'm going to use the same shade which I got to use for my contouring on my forehead. Since I have a big forehead, I'm trying to then create that illusion. So if you add, the more you add, the more it then makes your forehead appear as if it's relatively small. However, the less you add, obviously, or if you don't add, it's going to keep the same shape of your head. I'm not sure if I make sense with that. So yeah. Now to proceed, I then take that soft sponge which I was using for my foundation. I am then going to then use it and try to do the same method where I then try to spread it out. This is to avoid any harsh lines, so that it doesn't really look untidy, or it doesn't really look too much put out of place. So I do that. I then go in with the sponge, and then now proceeding to my favorite part, having to bake the face, because baby, yeah, we're all about that. Yeah. So I am going to be using Yardley Absolute Translucent Powder. It's a loose powder. I also got it at Clicks. I think it goes for around about 150, guys. You can check out the prices at Clicks. I am not sure if I'm going to really put these products on the comment box or Dropbox, but yeah, should you be interested, you can always look out for the products. I feel like the image should be like good enough. So how I then proceed with this is that I get the the favorite part which I like having to cover most would be like my under eyelids, because I feel like they're the ones which in most cases give me the hassle. But yeah, so I do the same method the way I had applied my second foundation with the lighter shade. Those are the parts which I then proceed to covering. And I'm also gonna get like the middle part. Okay, first I'm going to get the forehead there, as you can see, and then I am then going to try and proceed with having to get the middle part. Some of you do not really see this step important. This actually help soothe and set your foundation. It makes it look it also helps make it last longer, basically, and it also helps it look proper, to appeal proper, especially if you're using like quality products, which I'll highly recommend. Guys, I do not compromise when it comes to foundation, and I wouldn't recommend any of you to do that, because foundation is something that dominates most part of your face, so you don't really want to compromise on that. Imagine now having to get a cheap foundation only for you to later on have a reaction. I don't think we all need that. And apart from that, that would mean that it's additional cost, because you'd need to then go to the doctor and check how they could assist you with that. But yeah, to stop having to rumble too much, I then go in also and get, guys, one thing about me, I am into drag queen makeup because I love it. For me, what, talking about illusion and everything in between. So yes, guys, I get that bottom part of my face. This is a step for contouring also, and then I wait for it and I let it bake, ma'am. So yes, let's do that. Now on to my other favorite part of a makeup tutorial, eyeshadows. So once I wait for my face to bake or set rather, I then going to proceed with my eyeshadows. So for my base for the eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with brown. Reason being, even if I have maybe a slight layout, I'll be able to balance it. I hate it when my eyeshadow looks as if now there's a frame around it. So to avoid that, I'm going to go in with brown. As you can see, you see what happened right there? Oh yes. I am then going to repeat the same step on the other side, where I don't really get the middle part or the bottom middle part, if I can say, of my eye, but I actually get the outer part of it, so that's where I get to apply that brown. I'm still using the same brown which I use for contouring, so I want for everything to align, even with shade wise. So yeah, guys, perfect, right? That's the brown right there that I used. I am going to go for the second time with it so that I help intensify the pigmentation. The support again comes from the fact that I got to use a lighter couture foundation, a lighter foundation, and also whilst I am in that process, because I'm also preparing to install my lashes, I am using an okay, this thing intensifies my eyes, and one thing about me, if I know that I'm going to be putting dramatic lashes, I'd rather also get the under lashes. So I am going to do that, as you can see right there. And this product is the Essence product, Lashes Day Super Volume. So you can already sense that it's actually giving or creating that volume that I'm looking for after. So preferably for certain people, they prefer having to go in with the mascara or pencil eyeliner, each to their own again, but with me I prefer to keep it to the natural. So I am going to just stick to the mascara, and I'm also going to do the upper part of my eyelashes. I do have to apologize if video is extremely long, but I tried to be as precise as possible. So now proceeding on to the eyeshadows, I'm going to use a romantic red. Unfortunately, the brand that I have there on my hand is a palette which I randomly got to buy at Newtown. So I think the name to it dropped off. So yeah, but that's besides the point. So I'm going to dab both. I'm using a normal red, but it has like a high pigment, and then I'm also using a romantic red. One thing about me, I love red as if I'm in a relationship. Okay, but yeah, that's besides the point. So I'm doing just that. I'm going to dab it good, dab it in until it evens out, and I'm also going to do the same thing on the other eye. Oh, and FYI, I also try having to get like the bottom part with the eyeshadow, the bottom part of my eye. You will see, like, everything will coordinate once you see where this is going. So yeah, I also get the underlet. Sorry, I realized again that I covered the camera with the mirror. So there. So on top, I'm adding brown so that the red doesn't become harsh. The whole point of it is having to make it seem as if it's smoky, right? Which is great. So by far I only have like 2 brushes for my eyeshadows, which is a bummer because I have to constantly clean it, especially if I'm using high pigmented eyeshadows or colors. So yeah, that's basically just about it, and so far I'm in love. So this brush, you'll see, as I've showed you before, like, this one is soft, so I use it to just spread things out. And there's one which I have been dabbing with, so it's slightly a bit different. So yeah, it's guys, is that me? No, it can never. Oh my god, look at me, the ghost of it all. Okay, guys, but anyways, let's proceed to the next step. Now moving on, guys, I need to quickly apologize. I don't think I actually mentioned which primer I was using at the start of the video, guys. This thing is all new to me, but yeah, I'm willing to learn and get the hang of it without having to ramble too much. The primer that I used was a Fit Me primer, Romantic Queen. It's actually great. It smells good, and literally it is very accommodating skin wise. So yeah, by far I have no bashing reviews. So guys, moving on, I then go in with an eyeliner. I prefer having to put an eyeliner, especially if I'm going to be putting my lashes. Reason being is because um even if I don't get to, okay guys, I have a situationship, right? So my situation is that I don't think I have normal people lashes. By that I feel as if now my lashes, they're not scattered, they're together. However, they're very stubborn in terms of having to extend properly every time I use a mascara or adjust properly, By that, they do not get to reposition themselves in a way that can easily accommodate lashes. So I need to always find ways. It's either you'll see a bit of distance, so to make up for that distance, I then go over with an eyeliner so that the black part could then create an illusion that it's just lashes and nothing else. So that is one of the reasons why I add lashes and sometimes decide on having to give myself that small cat eye so that it doesn't really look as if it's a deliberate cover up. We're also learning how to get away with murder here. Anyways, so now as you can see, I'm applying my eyeliner. Now moving on, guys, you can see that I'm constantly explaining. It's because I'm hitting two birds with one stone. I'm also giving a live tutorial, so yeah, excuse that, guys. So yeah, I'm moving on. Now I'm going to put on my lashes. Unfortunately, because I've run out of lash glue, I am going to opt for something that I do not like because I feel like I'm applying myself for a gorilla instance. I am using that bonding glue again, which you'll find I did a review on one of my videos. So yeah, I am using that, and as much as it is ever not everlasting, but as much as it can really like last long, and you don't really have to panic about it having to come off loose whilst you're still dancing there or doing whatever personal business that you'll be doing with lashes on. Yeah, it somehow comes with like pros and cons also, but yeah. Anyways, we're moving on from that. I'm not going to even mention the brand because it's no personal attack to them, but bonding glue should remain a bonding glue and lash glue should remain a lash glue. The disadvantage mostly that annoys me with lash glue, if it's not a case of them having to come off easily, which is great, but falling off easy, it's my concern. And also the case that now with lash glue I need to wait for it to at least be ready for a fit me. So yeah, guys, that's that. Look at the drama of the lashes. How you doing? One thing about me, guys, like yo, guys, Like Slayer, Kilesh, Sumu Blinko. You blink the fuck out of their lives. Listen, I am leaving for this lash, and the best part about this lash, I've been using it 3 months in a row. It's washable. I even forgot where I last bought it. I think I bought it where? I bought it at some makeup store at Alex Mall. So yeah, it's really beautiful like that, guys. Like, yo, it's rewashable, and the band, I was worried about that it might break easily, but actually it surprised me. Hey, see, we're still alive and kicking. Look at how beautiful she is, baby. Hey. Now moving to my other favorite step, guys. You're going to cut crease. So finally, I have it right. So I am not as hesitant as I used to be, but yeah. So for my crease, guys, what I am going to be using is this product NYX. I don't know if it's NYX, but it's NYX Professional Makeup Color Correction Concealer, Catch Sinus Correcture. Sorry, I can't read French or whatever that is, but yeah, I'm going to be using that in a relatively light shade. As you can see there, the closest I can get to white. Guys, if you hear any background, I really have to apologize. My neighbors around, unfortunately. So yeah, with the crease, with the cut crease, you just need to make sure that you take your time, baby, because precision is everything at this point on. So I am filling it, I'm adding it so that I do not get any harsh lines or uneven lines. The best way to go about this is if you actually use the shape of your eye, if I can say that, the structure in which your eye is designed, if I can also say that. So yeah, that's the best way to go about it. And when you open your eyes, you can actually determine how high you also want it. Normally I'm more focused on where it picks, just there on the edges of my eye, how it picks out. And yeah, and when I close my eyes, but how high I want it, I prefer to keep it to a normal, but you can go as high as you want. Just make sure not to get the brows, please. And yeah, let's proceed to that, guys. Okay, guys, so after I have evened up both sides, you need, obviously, with just like brows, the scenario would be that they're actually sisters and not twins, or they're actually twins, not sisters, however the say it goes. But yeah, that's just about it. So I am continuously keep on adding on it. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. Now on to the next step. So after having applied my concealer in a lighter shade, also we don't have any names to it, I'm going to then take my big palette, and I am going to use the color white, normal white, and I'm going to also use glittery white to help intensify and also avoid the unnecessary breaking on my cut crease. So I'm just going to dab it there constantly, and you'll see it then starts to intensify it properly. It looks beautiful. It's more like a correction. It works as a correction also. So yeah, guys, that's just about it. I'm proceeding to the next step. Apologies guys, I had a technical glitch. My camera storage was starting to complain, so I had to make means for extra space because what, this child needs to continue with this content. So yeah guys, I think there's one step that got left out right there. You can see I also added a bit of orange right there. So how I got to add the orange, right, is that where you obviously like the middle of the eye where you actually left your cut crease, it's when where I got to dab it, so that I also avoid like the harsh lines and having to also avoid it looking weird, if I can say that. So yeah, I added that, and now proceeding again, and I proceeded to having to remove the face bake. So again, remember, you have to cover your eyes and make sure that the setting powder doesn't get to your eyeshadows or your cut crease, because the unfortunate is going to happen, it's going to break, and I don't think you need that for yourself. So yeah, that's just about it. So now guys, moving on, I am then going to take my Hebel correction powder, which obviously I prefer it with this big brush. It's amazing, it helps accommodate most parts of my face, which is great. So I am going to then proceed to that. So now with the correction powder, I'm going to just apply it evenly on my face, after having set my face, of course. Well, and I'm going to apply it whilst my face is still wet. Why am I fumbling? And can I have a glass of alcohol, please? Yeah. So now I'm going to just apply it all over. So this also helps with color coding. You can see now my face is slowly but surely moving, and surely moving from the whole pale look, you know, and it's slowly adjusting to the whole thing that I'm also human and not an alien. So yeah guys, look how the colors are now coming together. Isn't she beautiful? So I am going to continue that, and then we're close to approaching the last step. Now I have that it's different shades of bronzer, right? And this is a Pinky Eternal Beauty highlight and contour. So it goes with different shades, but preferably I like having to use the middle shade, which I just showed you. It's more of a fade, a very like fadey gold like look. So it depends on how often you get to apply it, but I don't like to look like I belong in the museum, so I'm just going to add a bit there. And I also normally I would add a different bronzer to my nose, but because now I was running out of time and I wasn't that prepared, I am really not in the mood of having to get up and go look for the other bronzer. But yeah, the bronzer is different to this highlight and contour. This is a highlighter, and then there's a bronzer. A bronzer is more of a high definition, it's pretty strong should you ask me. So yeah, I'm just going to use the same thing, and let's proceed to that, baby. Yeah. Yo bathong nkare ke makwetisa. Look at that. Look at that, guys. I have a pointy nose. Who is disputing the whole fact that I'm white? And I also get that also is also one of the favorite things that I like to do. Just for high definition, I also get the end part of my eyebrow, I get the middle nose, I get that upper lip a bit, especially if you're going to apply maybe your lipstick or lip gloss. Preferably I wish I had like a matte collection of lipstick, although I'm really not a fan of lipstick, but you're going to see how I then try to compromise everything. Guys, with the whole highlighting, I just put it right up there in the middle of in between of my eyes, like the top part of my nose and just the bottom part. The whole thing of having to put to line it out on the bridge of your nose, I feel it's what, 1995, no offense to anyone, but who still does that, and it makes someone look very weird, if I can say that. So I just added a bit and I try to even it out, and then I also go in with a bronzer right there. Guys, one thing about me, I want to glow. If I don't glow, then I'll create an illusion to seem as if I am glowing. Ma'am, excuse me. Look, hey, guys, guys. Do y'all see that? Like, are y'all following? Am I beautiful? Am I beautiful? Oh my god, guys, to say that I am not in love would be a lie. So now, guys, for our next step, I am going to be using. Okay, here's the thing. I got this from Clicks, but the pigmentation to it and how it actually came out wasn't that great. This is a product from Wet n Wild, but I think it was mainly designed for white people, especially the brown side of it. So it's also a contouring palette um from product is Wet n Wild. The reason why I'm doing this, guys, one thing about me, I prefer that illusion, and I live for it, and I just do not want to ruin it. So I am just going to apply this contouring palette, but I use a relatively lighter part of it. Guys, do you see that? Ooh, baby. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for it. Oh, no, not even wait. Okay, I was just tired over everything. But it's up to you. You can wait a bit or just brush it off, because already you have done the whole baking, right? So having to work on a baked face is pretty much easy. Whatever that you apply goes or works rather. So yes, guys, that is basically our makeup tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that you love it. And guys, please ensure to share, like, comment. Should you want to know anything else, you can very much hit me up. And yeah, that's just about it. So just with the last step there, I'm adding an eyeshadow. I know it's the ghetto, I know it's the pit ghetto, I know is who does that kind of moment, but I'm adding that dark shade to my lips, just to create that matte illusion. It's not pretty a good idea. It's not a pretty good idea, but then yeah, this is just me and it works for me, so each to their own again. So yeah, I'm going to do just that, proceed on that, and then we're going to call it quits or adios. Thank you very much, guys, for having watched till this far. I really appreciate and love you very much. I hope you stay tuned and you stay updated to the content that I am providing you on this YouTube channel. Please ensure to also follow me on the other relevant social media platforms, which I have already added on the description box. So yeah, guys, please also give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed and liked it, or found it pretty much effective. And let me know if you would prefer more of the voiceover videos. Guys, I love you so very much. Okay. Okay, bye.